Greetings, and join us. Okay, this is the Prague clock. Oh, I think I was going to show that, but I clicked it off. Yeah, some kind of bizarre. Yeah, it's not normal. I don't know if I've seen that before or not, but it has like astronomy connected to it, all kinds of, or something like that. It has like 365 days in the year. It's a very, yeah, it's messed up. Anyway, we'll go into that a little bit. Agartha, um, the wizard world. Of course, you have the Harry Potter world. This is the more of the wizard world. It does make sense why Harry Potter became popular, just because it's magic and the witches make sense, or the wizard witch people, something like that. Because this is their realm, so it makes sense. But either way, it does open people up to the astral realms in some form or another. So Hammett, I feel a pretty strong. There are other places in Agartha that we don't have names for. They say it goes on and on forever. But there's many places in Agartha that have not been. I guess the wizard world, I guess you can call it that. In the Grand Canyon, the Tower of Ra. So the Grand Canyon has Egyptian names. If you have not, I didn't even know that. The Grand Canyon is not something I usually connect to very often. Grand Canyon also feels like it was attacked. Also, like there's weather weapons going through it, always from the past. So I mean, a lot of it was man-made, but or world-made, planet-made, but also it was. It feels like it got zapped a lot. I feel like whatever was there got destroyed. At least the vibe I'm getting from it, and the water was a lot higher there at one time. At least that's the vibe I'm getting from it. So yeah, the Grand Canyon's a little bit kind of a strange one. Yeah, it just feels like there was a city there before, or several of them. So going to that vibration. So yeah, just some of these towers are. I don't know if I think I closed all that off too. Yeah, I had it all out here, but I forgot anyway. They don't make it that easy to find either, but it is a real thing. Yeah, so you have these parts um, of the Grand Canyon that look like they have Egyptian names for some bizarre reason. I mean, literally names, not just conspiracy theory or anything like that. It's actually a real thing. As far as I know, it's a real thing. Tower of Set is another one. Confucius Temple, Isis Temple, Shiva Temple. All that's in the Grand Canyon. So kind of a strange place. So kind of an odd combination there. So yeah, of all the times I've been doing this, I never connected to the Grand Canyon. Obviously, I don't live nowhere near it. Anyway, we'll see where we can get with that. Let's see if I can figure this out. And let's see here. Okay. There's Avatar.com and private sessions. We have the scheduler. We have the shop here. I'm on the 12th. It's going slow. Hopefully tomorrow I'll catch up. Same situation here. Webinar sign up. Social networking behind the scenes. Yeah. And then go to the clock. Okay. If I can find it. That's not the clock. That's the clock. A little bit of a weirdness there. Yeah, that looks normal. It's almost like it's going back in time. I mean, it feels like it's an art piece, but it feels like there's a lot more to it than that. Yeah, I think it was made in the forget when it was made. 1400s, I thought. Uh, Something like that. 1500, yeah, 1410. There's the Tower of Ra. I believe this is a real thing. Of course, it's on here. It doesn't mean it's real, but I believe it's Tower of Ra, Yucca Point, or Yama Point, whatever. So, yeah, I think that's the tower. Or maybe that's the tower. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming that's the tower. Sub Tower of Ra, whatever. Something like that. Either way, you have the idea. Very odd. Or maybe not. Okay. Yeah, the Prague clock. Jeez. Feels like an Anunnaki energy there. Obviously has a lot of manipulations connected to it. I mean, it might look neat, but it does have an agenda behind it. um, Jeez. I don't get the best vibe from that thing. But at least it looks nice. It's almost like a Swiss watch, but from hell. But maybe I'm wrong about that. Okay, I connect to Palladian energy, some other energy to clear that. So, yeah, it feels like Palladian energy. Okay. All right. We'll go to Agartha, Wizard World, and Grand Canyon. We'll see who comes in for that. Um, okay. All right. Blessings. Prague. Blessings. Greetings. We got a consciousness of Prague. Yes, there is a lot of trickster energies everywhere. Prague energies are about style and culture and building a better life. Yes, but this clock that was installed is more of you can say it does have Tartarian energies connected to it, but it also has some manipulative fiber. It's basically to interfere with your timeline. It's not a massive manipulation, but you can visualize that clock in astral and see it as a more denser vibration. You can also see other clocks like Big Ben, other famous clocks in the astral realm controlling your reality. So it might not seem that significant here in this reality, but in the astral, it's a wholly different story. So yes, you come here to clear those vibrations any way you can, of course, but this clock's energy does have a motive behind it. It's not always going to make itself clear, but it is there to. There's a positive side to help evolve humanity, but also this is to show you what is behind the scenes, how sophisticated it is. But there's also, once again, alternative motives. We'll bring in another entity here. Greetings. The other Palladians, blessings. Yes, there are timekeepers that come to your planet to set down their agenda. So that clock and other clocks that are mainstream have yes extreme agendas behind it. It is yes a clock of the elites. It can seem as nice and kind, but also showing that it does have a mission behind it. So the agendas connected to it aren't always going to be clear, but yes, this one's connecting more to your astral plane. It literally taps into those places. So it's just the way it's designed. So it's designed, all its strange looks of it is for so it can connect to the astral plane easier than other energies. It just so it can access the vibrations to what it's here to do. It's not always going to make itself what's clear, but it's also to let you know that Yes, there's hidden agendas there, but sometimes the agendas make themselves known. Even if it doesn't make itself completely known on all details, but it's just showing there is an elitist energy here that has to be healed, or will be healed, or find some way to heal. First off, humanity has to figure itself out overall. Well, humanity has its own diagram, its own riddle that you're here to solve. And some don't either realize their own mystery. Obviously, everyone has their own mystery. Not everyone's here to solve it, but some of you are here to solve the mysteries within each other. And it has to do with shadow work, but it goes much deeper in that. It's just basically you come here to solve each other's problems, as you can say. You solve your own problems, but also you're here to help each other evolve into basically we don't need the earthly realm anymore. So you come here to figure certain situations out, as you know. And then when you figured it out, you leave. It's just like that. Yes, you have friends and family here in the physical, but once you figure out what you came here for, also will just walk out, die. Yes, leave the planet just like that. So okay, I figured out what I'm here to do. I solved that problem. Now I'm out of here. Other souls do hang in there. Some of them prolong what they're here to learn, so they can be with their family members. So they don't always solve what they're here to solve and incarnate here again. They stay here as old as they can. Doesn't mean they have figured out their mission at all. Some have and still hang around, but you can understand your mission, but you have another part of your mission that you're allowed to know. Of course, there's other things that you don't need to know, but overall, there's just a lot of soul searching that you can do as an older being. But when you're older, you can still live a long life, helping others. Basically, what are you bringing to society? Of course, others are here in the physical that are very, very old, like 70, 80s. But they still work much in the astral, and they bring the astral energy through themselves. So, meaning that an older person could just be a nice person, and that's all that's the world needs right now. That's it. Somebody that's nice in their region of the world. And they can live to 100 being that person. It's like, well, yeah, it seems to be working out pretty good. People seem to have a better day when they're around you. Even if they're only around you for a couple of minutes, it still works out a lot. You also put energies to clear the vibrations of where you live, your location, basically not just around where you live, but also the cityscape that you live in. So there's just a lot within the soul that's not fully understood. It's not always meant to be, but there are some parts of your well, basically that's what we see in this future society as you connect more to your inner selves and it becomes more clear. Yeah, you solve the mystery, but also connect to the mysteries of the universe. As you connect more, talk about more alien energies, alien vibrations, more that will come into your reality. It would just become basically, and of course, the Egyptian energies, there's a lot to heal there. As there's many wars in your past, Egyptians cause a lot of turmoil here in this reality, and some have karma here, and not even realizing it. So many come here from Egyptian lifetimes here to heal their dense existence. Well, as an Egyptian being, some have powerful magic and they misused a lot of it. So they come here to incarnate constantly, maybe not constantly, but close enough to assist humanity in any way they can to make up for the atrocities, especially if others can't. Others in Egypt that cannot heal this place is basically you can have several agendas to heal others, as some of you know. So, yes, you come here for the big one, the big incarnation, the deeper the root of the earth. At least some of you do, not everyone. Everyone's not always quite ready for that. Greetings. We are the wizards of Agartha. Greetings. Yes, we do bring a dragon everywhere we go. We're not in your physical often, at least as a wizard being. A lot of your elf people do connect to your world often. A lot of your elf people actually are actors and actresses. They're here to just shift the vibrations of your reality the best as they can, even if they are under a contract of, I don't know what word there is for that. But us as a wizard consciousness, yes, it's to open up valleys within yourself, even darkness, open up all portals within your own being to connect you, yes, to the ocean beings, the well vibrations, are basically all things. Of course, the trees, you can't, not everyone gets along with trees. Some feel, there's a tree collective have gathered so much information, some of them can have too much information. And they can access knowledge very easily. And some of you feel like you're talking to an Arcturian being, it's actually a tree being. Some trees have been here so long because right when they incarnate in the tree consciousness or any spirit being can connect to it technically, and just feel your world, how it operates. So another way for aliens to get to know you is to connect to the trees around you. So it doesn't mean to have conversation with them; just connect to the vibrations of the land that's around you, the location that you live in, the close location, basically like your neighborhood, but basically just exactly where you live. They can take to the vibration of it and know exactly who you are. As a Garthian being, wizard beings, of course, you have those realms to open up into your imagination, wherever it might be. There's a lot of soul healing there, a lot of laughter there, a lot of drug taking too, but more of like psychedelics to enhance your abilities. But we're already psychedelic beings as it is, so it just enhances if we absolutely need it. We only use spiritual enhancements, as you call it, drugs. We only do it only when we can't see a certain realm or it's for a certain mission, whatever it might be. So basically, don't do drugs. It'd be nice to dragons too, because they'll be your best friend. um, some of your feline, your cats, act like dragons, and some of them actually wish they looked like dragons, maybe more respected by your reality. Of course, I imagine some of you can imagine a world where dragons are everywhere. Little dragons, you just go to a shop and purchase a dragon. Those places do exist. And some of you can remember it. But for your incarnation here, connecting more to your oversoul, your past life energies, is just basically it's trusting your oneself. But many of you know there's much more bigger realities. It's basically realize how as you know powerful you are here. Not the easiest thing because society is not built that way. Society is built to just do what you're being told. It's not part of your pop culture yet, but basically how to activate your own self. You can get information from others, of course, to activate yourself, but it should be easy to access. If it's like a huge amount of money and all that, that doesn't mean it's just more there to take your money and to actually give to you vibration. Now, sometimes that might be the opposite, but a lot of times more just to take energy from you than to give it back to you. But as the wizard world, yes, can be kind of as controversial as your planet. Only difference is like our world or our Garthian world, we can turn people into things. And humans, I mean, that's where humans are having this conflict of like, I wish I could turn this person into a bird and have them fly away or something like that. Doesn't mean you're quite tapping into that reality yet, but over time, humans will start to access those powers. Always access those powers. Like I used to turn people into all kinds of things, and you realize that side of yourself is like, ouch. Maybe it's best I can't do those things right now. The limitations of this reality, but also the romantic side of this world of its limitations. Well, first off, understanding its limitations, where it lies. It's like, first off, do you know what power was that you contain that you can open up reality? It's not the easiest, or it's impossible. Not always, not everyone's meant to open up their higher dimensional power, as many of you have realized, especially those that try to fly or be invisible. The invisible one's kind of interesting because that one's, well, you can be invisible, but in a human way. Just don't have many conversations with people. And if you want to fly, yes, you have to find a plane for that. So you have to humanize it, at least for now. There are timelines where humans do fly, but still humanity has a while for that. Well, until you have protesters trying to get the universe to help you, connect your flying abilities, then it would be a different world now, wouldn't it? There are places where people are protesting right now. It's like, universe, help us, give us the rights to fly. We'll do the work. We'll figure it out. Also, see, that's the thing. Why your powers are not fully activated, especially those who have telekinesis abilities, and they misuse it all the time. They say they're not going to do it, and they end up doing it. So maybe it's just as well you don't see the powers that are truly here just yet. First off, understanding how to use powers like that, like telekinesis and a positive innocent telepathy. Um, that's one of the reasons why powers are not at the full capacity. They've been shut down because, yes, as I said, they've been misused greatly during Atlantean time, Lemurian times, and there's different modalities of that. Basically, your past will be unmasked. You might see another version of yourself where you're just like using powers that maybe not always for the best. Of course, there's always somebody's using it for the right, which is good because somebody has to do the right thing every once in a while. But just like your planet, there's peer pressure to do something wrong with your powers. And that's, of course, what got you where you are today. So that's why magic is pretty much banned, or psychic energy is not looked upon that well, because are you going to use it well? So, in my realm, no, nobody uses it right. Well, some people do, but at least we're aware of what it is, the power of it, the different levels of it. We have an education about our abilities. Your world is still remembering. Doesn't mean you can't access it. Beings. We are the Egyptian consciousness. The Grand Canyon is a place of spiritual growth. Yes, it wasn't always of your past. It was used to take away power than to give. It's at a giving energy, but still not exactly the safest place. As some that have been there, you know, one wrong move and you're on the ground. People get injured easily there. So it shows that it has not quite healed itself. You should be able to go to the Grand Canyon and connect to your higher dimensional energies. Also, even possibly be invisible. It basically allow the astronauts to reactivate it. So with the Grand Canyon, it's like seeing colors of all types in the skies. It's kind of like your northern lights. You do the same thing. Well, in one day, basically, the Grand Canyon is also like a rehabilitation. If you're there for a while, I believe many of you actually feel a lot of good healing quality energies to it. Your national parks do have some darkness within it, yes. Yes, much of your nature has been hijacked by type of cabal beings. Not going to make themselves known. Not some of them are reptilian, not all of them are reptilian. There's a lot of diverse beings that want to consume souls. Yeah, there are soul catcher beings. They just want consciousness. So, like, some people want drugs, some people want souls. And your world eventually will accept magic again. First, it has to get out of the politics of going nowhere. There's a lot of beings that know how to hold humanity, freeze it, and keep souls from growing. So you wonder why you all incarnated here to help others grow. It might not be a huge, massive amount of people. It could be just one or two people, but that's a big deal. Those two people could be very difficult to open up. Doesn't mean they're going to open up spiritually, but just open up to out of the control system that's here. Because many are under this control of reality, as you know, and aren't fully aware of it. They call it normal. So you're just introducing, yes, a new lifestyle, a spiritual lifestyle. It's confusing only because those that shut your world down made it confusing. They don't want people to connect to their power. That's why you can't see the Earth's history that clear, or it will marry or Atlantis very well, because they want to discourage you from your spiritual development, how far you can go. So someone would say you only go a slight far, but you can go further, further, and further. Many of you, yes, you come here to go very deep. Not everybody's meant to go deep, but at least you get to a level where you can connect to your morphs, your astral self, and not have all this negativity surround you. You can manifest easier. Basically, just for romantic connections, or it doesn't always have to be a financial means. Financial means will be healed eventually, but not yet. It still has a lot. Too many souls have been designed to be obsessed with it. Yes, that's going to be healing the financial system is going to be quite a timeline, but it's not fully in this timeline yet. It's possible in some of your, well, that's a complicated one. You're so connected to rehabilitation energies. You realize some of you have the ability, just with your own energy field, to help others feel rehabilitated, where they feel like you are the Mount Fountain of Youth, just with your vibration and the words that you say. So it's like your walking, talking care center, but you're not always aware of it. It's when people wonder about their healing abilities, and some healers are there to take energies and to give. That does exist. So yes, when you have all these different healers, and some of them can't actually heal, it's a mirage of healing. So that's when we become more clear too. Those are like they're healers, but they also have alternative motives. And some of them do claim to have Egyptian energies, but a lot of Egyptian energies do have tricksters connected to them. Well, Egypt has not fully healed. If it fully healed, you would know its secrets, all of them. There's nothing to hide anymore. When there's no longer a secret on this world, your world is healed. Of course, it won't be in the third dimension. It'll probably be more in the fourth, fifth dimensions. It'll just be a Akashic planet. You can call it whatever you want, whatever name you want to name your planet, because you all come from different places, but you're all going to see the diversity that's here, which is a great amount. Your spirit world sees it clear, but they can't always translate it into your realm. So, of how diverse your planet truly is, how you're connected to different stars. Some of you are actually star beings, meaning you are an actual star, meaning that like a sun. And another, either it's in this solar system or another universe altogether. And yeah, this is when they talk about your own universe. And some of you are in your own universe. So stars are everything is multidimensional. So you can go on and on with that. But some of you, there are actual stars. Our creator beings are all types of beings, but some are just social beings. They just want to connect to others. They just want to be social. And it's not always going to make us clear who a star is and who. I mean, technically, you're all stars, but some are. It's like they bring that star energy in, and yes, and they heal with their mind, their hearts, their being. That's why they want to connect to so many people, be social, is to those that they can affect in a positive way, or any way for that matter. Usually, it's in a positive way.